Boom, boom. Scanner, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. All right, so we got a little bit of Soul Land Reloaded today, so we're just going to do a little bit of shopkeeping. Uh, so one of the first things that I wanted to do was wanted to make sure that everybody is focusing on the battle pass, because I notice a lot of people don't seem to be really focusing on making sure that they do the task of this. But you should really try to do this because you can get some really good rewards. If you want to purchase that, you can also get the actual Bo's little costume there if you want. But so definitely want to focus on that. If you do your dailies and every single day, you generally get through this pretty quick. Like I'll be finished with this. I'll be finished with this probably tomorrow sometime. Okay, so there'll be like 3 or 4 days where there's nothing I can get, simply because of the fact that I haven't purchased the actual extended battle pass. But that is what it is. So first of all, now as I focus up the time limit events, a weekly gift bag. This is exceedingly good. We got the free thing, which of course, but this right here is excellent. These two, these I think were 250, so that's for 500. You can get your hands on these, which will allow you to, if you keep track of everything, this will allow you to complete the first level of his divine skill, which gives a huge buff. It actually took me up a complete million once I did it. So definitely something that you want to purchase in that. But there's also a bunch of tickets in there. So what are we going to do? First, we're going to go ahead and purchase Bo's weapon here, and we're going to go ahead and awaken that just for the first time. So as you can see, I've got she's getting ready to move in there. I mean, I haven't got her up to, I haven't been able to upgrade her. I'll be upgrading her here shortly. But let's go ahead and awaken this weapons here, and this should give you a big buff. So awaken there. So as you can see, that's a big jump to attack. And we get some new talents as well. She gains a shield. There we go. Equivalent to 25% of her maximum. Every touch of the sea on the target will increase the sea god's light's damage by 12% up to 36, and both defense up to 12 for 8 seconds. So that's a pretty good buff there. All right, so we'll go ahead and do the second awakening since we don't need a weapon for that. And then we're going to go ahead and awaken these. I'm going to take these just up 2 simply because of the fact that I won't have enough to take them all up to 4. Oh, didn't want to do that one. I wanted to do this one. I wanted to put that on the second one. So I got to get myself some more silver. 2 million just by doing that. But we'll be getting some more silver. We should be having an event here to open these up shortly. And when they do, I'll get some from within there. We should be having another event where they are actually. I haven't seen them actually. They sort of got a little bit stingy with them actually. I haven't seen them in any of the events. Usually in the events, in some of the resource exchange, they usually throw them in there, but they haven't been throwing them in there as of late. So let's see if there's any inside the resource exchange here. No, they didn't put any. They got everything else in here, but no deep sea silver. That's just to purchase the actual things. They don't even have them in this particular show. So that, yeah, that's I haven't seen them in quite some time. They normally have a normally when they have a awakening event, you get some tickets and stuff, but no, they have not been visible, so I haven't had a chance to get them. But I've got everybody up to doubles on 4s on my awakening, so I've been using a lot of it. So yeah, I've got everybody 4 max, so I've been using it quite frequently. So it's not like I got it, but so I'll be getting some of it back, as we start regenerating some of the old like Bo here. We'll get some back there. Ren will get some back there, and you'll get some back there. So that stuff right there. So we'll be getting all of that back, and I'll be able to get some of those taken care of. So there was some on. I saw some on. Dang, what do you say? I'll be able to get 6 back there. Don't need to have Yudi. So she's still hanging around 40, so she's moving up there. We're getting there. It's just taking a little bit of time. So there, I've got everything up to 2 right there. So she should be hitting it pretty soon, and we'll be moving her in. Like I said, I've got to get her up to, I've got to get her up at least 2 or 3 stars. I assume with 3 stars she'll probably pop into the 40 there. Plus these are all double awakened, and she's not double awakened yet, so she's still a little bit back there. But in terms of everything else, she's pretty much done. Still got a little bit to do on the Sobo and stuff. But once I get her up to 3 stars, 3 moons, or 3 suns, I should say, I'll be going ahead and um, swapping out, soulbone sets and put one of the maximum soulbone sets on it because she's an SS plus, so she's going to do a little bit more damage than all the others. But until that time, there's no use doing it. Right now, she's the primary dealage dammer. Well, second actually on the second team. Tang San's still quite a little bit higher, but she's second in terms of damage. And as you can see, the space on these is pretty good. I'm not really sure. This is probably going to as far as I'm going to go with them, unless it gets to the point where there's no release of a new character for an extended period of time, which allows me to build up some of my S shards, and then I can go ahead and throw them onto them. But we've got Bo, and then Ren's just going to be coming out. No sooner am I going to finish with Bo than we'll probably be able to get our hands on Ren. Another SS plus, and my assumption is, they'll probably announce another one after that. So they're having a pretty consistent release of the SS plus characters. But yeah, so bringing them up is just, it takes a little bit of time, but they're going to be the primary focus, and that's where my upgrades will be. So I'm not going to probably upgrade her anymore at this point. Like I say, Ren's going to become the primary focus once I get her, because I do want to have an SS plus tank on the team. We do need 2 SS. An SS, that's one of the things I don't have for a second team is a tank. And I'm having to run it without a tank, so I've been sort of like maybe throwing, try to off-tanking die or something, but it doesn't work. So basically I've just been sticking it out, and whoever's on the second team, they just get a little bit overrun a little bit quicker than normal. So it'd be nice having another SS plus or an SS tank. That way I'll be able to have a second team tank, because that's where the focus is at, mainly on these upper class events, is simply because of the fact that you need to have another tank, and we don't have another tank. We only have one at this point in juncture. So everything's moving along pretty good. Like I say, 469, so I've been bringing it up quite a bit. The time limited group event is going on, so make sure that you purchase everything inside of here, especially get the SS plus, and of course the shards for that as well. But there's a lot of other good stuff in here. It's purchasable doomstones. Wish they had some silver in here, but they don't have any deep sea silver in here. I believe one time that this came out, they did actually have some of the silver in there, but they don't have it in here at this point. So we're going to have to start focusing a little bit on that. But yeah, I'll get it. I'll be getting about 10 or so of them when they actually, when I actually do have the event where they can open up the actual shards for that. But yeah, you definitely want to make sure that you do purchase all of these. So purchasing all those will give you 4,500, which is enough to get an SS weapon. It's not enough to get an SS plus, but it is enough to get an SS weapon. Yeah, definitely something that you want to look at. And the Easter event is still going on. Nothing really new about either of these. The Godly Form of Sura, nothing really new about either of these. Just this fact that this is an SS plus is really nice. So getting into some of the upper weapons here in terms of what we're going to be needing. So hopefully within Ren event will come out sometime. I'm hoping that it'll come out after this event, but that might be a little bit too early. But we'll have to see because this event expires tomorrow evening. So hopefully, hopefully on maybe Thursday or Friday when they post the new event, we'll get another chance to get some more shards for Ren. Um, Still no shards for the Eye of Terror. Um, since this is SS Plus, I guess is what's making it a little bit that we want to get those last 15 shards. I've been keeping an eye. So as soon as the event comes up, where we can get 15 more of those shards, I'll post that because that's going to be the next focus. We'll be bringing that up uh, to start putting this in there. And I do have a weapon to fit for it. So I've got the peach flower umbrella that I can equip in there. And then we can start utilizing it on the best character. It'll take a little while to get it leveled up, though. But other than that, there isn't anything new for today in terms of that. I just wanted to go ahead and focus on letting everybody make sure they didn't let this get by because this was a really good one. This is probably the second, or maybe it might actually be the first, simply because of the fact that it gives you all of those shards. For an SS Plus right there. I mean, that's twice. That's 50 shards. That's more than enough to to succeed in taking up his divine skill, which is great. That's one of the things that you want to focus on is divine skills for these. That's one of the things I'm going to be focusing on here as well. I've already brought him up once, but I'm going to do it again. Probably within the next few days, I'll be having, after this Easter event is over, I'll be having another major upgrade on my soul bones and stuff because I'm going to be purchasing all the stuff inside this resource exchange. Okay, there's a lot of good stuff in here. You got their basic shards, but really that you got all this stuff right here. Okay, this is good stuff. This is for your soul. This is for soul bones and stuff. So this is stuff that you want to focus on. I got a bunch of rings in stock that I'm going to be putting them on Ren whenever she comes up. So it's definitely something that you want to look at, and you should be able to get these. But we still got 7 days for this, so you should be able to just get. At the end of 7 days, you should be able to purchase mostly everything inside of here. Okay, you just get these just from doing doing the events and stuff and doing the games, but you should be able to get mostly everything from within that shop, and you want to try to get everything within that shop because that's some pretty good stuff. So make sure that you do focus on this event so you can get all those things. All this stuff can then be used to level up your soul bones, which is of course what you're going for in the long term. Leveling up your soul bones is one of the quickest way to get BP. I mean, I'll usually get 2 or 3 billion just in the BP alone, just from focusing on the soul bones, leveling them up, advancing them, fusing them, and whatnot. So it's definitely something that you want to look at, and you want to make sure that all of your main team has soul bones, at least 3R for the main. That's what I try to go for, is 3R. Okay, and that's simply done through advancement. This is what you increase that. So you'll be getting these. So if you see these anytime, and I think they got these in the shop out there. I'll be purchasing those as well. And then of course the fusion, but these difficult to get. But this is what you main focus on. This requires, when you get to the final notch in this, I think I can show you actually. It takes the Doomstones. Takes Doomstones to actually do the 3rd level on this right here. So that's another thing that you need. As you can see, we've got quite a bit of Doomstones. And the reason I have quite a bit of Doomstones is because they give away Tombstones inside of the here. So you definitely want to purchase these. uh, simply because of the fact that they're really hard to get anywhere else. You can only get 2 a day, and you want to get these as well too because these are. So as you can see, this is a really good chance to go broke with with all your diamonds. They put a really huge Easter event with a lot of resources and stuff, uh, and an SS Plus event combined with the Easter event combined with the time limit group buy. So they stuck 3 events together. They've never had 3 together. They have had 2 together on multiple times, but they've never had 3 together on multiple times. This is the first time they've done that. And I've still got quite a few things to purchase inside of here. So I'm going to be pretty low by the time this event. I might drop below uh, my collapse of 10,000. What happens when I drop below 10,000 is I do spend a lot of diamonds purchasing SS shards whenever there's something that's worth it. So that's just standard SS. So I do purchase with I've got him maxed out, so I can't max him out. So shards for him is no longer useful. Uh, I've got this maxed out as well, so that's not useful. I wish they had the other one in here because I do need the other one, but they don't seem to have the other one in here. That's 10 related quartz. That's actually not bad at 50. That's pretty steep actually. But yeah, so there's some other stuff in here that I'm going to decide. So that's gone, that's gone. Uh, all the shards are gone. So yeah, I'll probably purchase a little bit more in there. I'm not sure, but yeah, that seems a little bit high. Because you can get for 4,400 for 440, you can get those in the shop. 2 of those. So not really sure that's something I want to do on. I'll have to look and see if that's really where I want to go. How good that price is. But yeah, so definitely get in there, knock that out. Like I say, don't miss that time limited event, the weekly, the bag, because yeah, it's really good, really, 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 really good. Um, for these, yeah, that's as you see, you can get 10 inside of there, which I've already used up. Uh, but yeah, so definitely want to keep an eye on that. They do post this up, but I would like to see an event where you can buy just a hunk of that because they used to have the event. I'm pretty sure it's usually when they have an awakening event, um, which they haven't had. They really haven't had an awakening event in a while. They had a partial awakening event there a couple weeks back. But probably after Easter, maybe over the next weeks or something, we'll see a specific awakening event. But they did throw the stuff inside the gift bag. I was waiting for that because I wanted to get Bo's weapon. I went at the last once I used to, I used about 11,000 to double up the weapon for Clear Sky. So that that cut into pretty steep there. So that was good. So next we will be uh, um, saving up to get the weapon for Red. As I said, she's going to be the primary focus. Just getting her up so I have a tank for a secondary point. Damage is not that much of an issue. I got Bo to where I'm comfortable um, where she's at right now because damage is not something that I'm really having a problem with. You've got multiple formats in terms of damage with her because I got Tang on the second team, but yeah, I got no tank on there, and that's seriously uh, hurts my second team in terms of progressing in some of the higher ones. I mean, I usually beat people that are about at mine or a little bit higher, but if it gets any more than maybe 10 or 15 BP, chances are that second team's going to lose simply because of the fact they ain't got a tank. But yeah, so now that we have Ren, we'll have I can move Tang to the second team tank, and she could be the primary tank because she's got everything she needs. She's got a teleport directly to the damage, because that's one thing about running. If they can't get to the damage quick, they're taking damage the entire time that they're running there, and that's not good. It's not too much of a problem with Clear Sky because he has higher base stats, and he can usually he tanks everything. He doesn't die on anything, even on the Treant, he's the last one standing, fighting until the end. Now, even with his divine skill, he's even more potent. But yeah, so yeah, he does really well on the Treant. So this is what the thing. Uh, I'm rank 8, and I only did 2. I didn't even purchase any of the remaining chances, and I was at 3 this morning when I did it and cleared it out. And I can still purchase 2 if I wanted to bring myself back up into the top 5. But I'm not. That's diamonds. I don't have the. My diamonds are low, and I've got other purchases. So dropping out of the top 5 inside the tree is not one of the things that I'm going to worry about at this point in time. If normally I would probably purchase 1 or 2, so I could go back in and keep my ranking up in the top 10 before the end of the day. But I'm not going to do that at this point in time, simply because of the fact that there's other things that I could use my diamonds on at this point. So I'm probably going to be. I mean, we've still got the Easter event going on, so going to have to do that. And we've still got, but I have actually purchased everything I need to inside of here, and I have already done the tent. So I pretty much maxed out my I pretty much maxed out whatever I can in terms of the Asura. So they've got these new Oracle crystals in here. So if you take a look at your divine tools, I started to actually focus on this. I think I put it on this one. It's under the amplification. So what happens is you use the actual stones to do the amplification, and it actually works pretty well in terms of a power boost. So as you can see, you break through, okay, and you can use the Oracle crystals to do that, and the red ones, and then they have the purple ones. As you can see, getting the purple ones is really not that difficult. That increases the base here, and then once you've increased these, you have a chance to you have to break it through again. Unfortunately, these the red you can only get a handful of these in one of the shops. Let me see which shop it is. I purchased them. I'm starting to purchase them on a daily basis, simply because of the fact that I need to refresh this for today. Simply because of the fact that there's really no other place to get them. They're here somewhere. There they are, right here. So I've been purchased. I got these, put these on my new list. I have a list on things to purchase. So that's one of the things. So you want to purchase it. It's just like these are just like the actual spirit shards. I mean, you can only get them inside of here, and they're limit on how much. But this here is a weekly limit. At least this right here is a weekly limit too. But you can get these, and it doesn't take as much of these as it does of these to actually make an impact. So that is good, but you should start purchasing them on a daily basis. And as you can see, they're new. It's just something that they entered in. So it's a new function inside of Divine Tools. And it gives you a pretty good BP boost as well, too. I was pleasantly surprised at how much of a boost it gave me. So I decided that it was definitely something that I wanted to, because I really hadn't been using my Spirit Saint Pillar shards for much of anything. And I do participate in the Saint Pillar. These, I seem to get a lot of these. I don't really have much trouble getting these. So I do purchase them when I'm a little bit low. But yeah, in terms of those, they seem to be pretty good. And since my Divine Tools are almost a thing, it's not something I'm worried about. I'm also saving them up for when this beast becomes available, which will be probably, this is the first event for it, so expect probably 2 weeks before we actually have the chance to actually purchase it, to have enough of the shards that we can actually use them for. But until that time, go ahead and keep an eye on this time limit event. Make sure you purchase everything in there that you can. All right, so it's Kinrear. Thanks a lot for watching the video. Remember to subscribe. Once you subscribe, you'll see the bell. If you click on that, you get notified each time we drop a video. Also, like and share, which helps the video as well. Kendra coming at you from the corner, signing out.